feelings of the day. It's your friend Sanya, and welcome to Learnings of Life of an 18-year-old. Today, I have something so cool to share with you guys, and I'm so glad you showed up. But before starting with today's episode, I would just like to take a minute to welcome all the new listeners to Learnings of Life family. Thank you for supporting me and encouraging me for working hours to put forward some great content for you guys. Well, today I have the one and only Sudipt Ghatak with me, with whom we will try to discuss a lot of things about which today's youth are curious about. Well, starting with, hey Mr. Sudipt, how do you feel about your voice being heard by teenagers all around the world?
Well, thank you, Sanya, for having me in your podcast. I'm really excited, and I'm looking forward to sharing my views with all of you. And hopefully we'll have a good time together.
Definitely. My next question to you is, since most of our audience have just passed from class 12th and are heading towards their new life, new college, and subsequently into their corporate lives, and you being yourself a computer science engineer, what advice would you like to give them for their days ahead?
Well, advice, thank you for making me sound old. First of all, I am not really good with giving advices. However, I'll take that subtle offense gracefully. My first advice is do not take advices directly. I mean, like I said in the beginning, I'm here to share my goods and bads with you guys, and if that helps for developing your future, why not? So the way I look at my advices is, we all know Thomas Alva Edison, who invented the light bulb, and he failed like close to 3,000 times. To be precise, 2,774. A reporter once asked him, so what does he feel about those failures? And he said he doesn't look at them in the form of failures, rather he knows there are 10,000 ways that cannot help in creating a filament. And that's how I look at myself as well. I probably might be sharing those mistakes that you perhaps might not have to repeat them again. So coming back to giving advices, I should also accept that at some point I feel I envy the boys and girls of your generation. One of the reasons being the opportunities that you have around is really amazing. Back in our days, we did not have those number of opportunities. So my first advice is believe in yourself. Don't let a third person tell you what's right and what's wrong for you. For that matter, be it your physical appearance, for that matter, being yourself. You know yourself more better than anyone else. So keep believing in yourself. For that matter, even if it's your physical appearance, if I take that as an example, you should set a bar for yourself and then try to achieve it. I have seen people paying like thousands and thousands of rupees to a dietitian who tells them what to eat and what not to eat. Rather, why can't you do the same for yourself? Just follow that. And secondly, something that I've learned after very long is stay disciplined. Discipline is the key factor of achieving anything. Give 1 hour of time to your regular studies, be it anything. If you get bored of studying something, for that matter, just change the topic for a day. And I think but that 1 hour should be dedicated. So discipline will always help in your favor and will help you grow further.
Wow, that's so well said. I'm sure your words will always be echoed in everyone's heart. By the way, to all my listeners, Mr. Sudipt is a marvelous singer and guitarist. Sir, can we hear just 2 lines of your favorite song from you?
Well, sure, why not? If you're ready to take that risk, I'm going to bust their ears. I'm a little old school, so again, I hope you've come across this song. Let me give it a shot, okay? इंतहा हो गई इंतजार की, आए ना कुछ खबर मेरे यार की, ये हमें है यकीन बेवफा वो नहीं, फिर वजह क्या हो इंतजार की.
Wow, wow, wow. That was so refreshing. Even few seconds have left us wanting it for more. Thank you so much, Mr. Sudipt. Well, my question to you is, how has music helped you overcome the monotony that you experienced while working for years in this industry? And how do you think extracurriculars help students after their school?
I would say that everybody should have at least one hobby, and for me, what's better than music, for it has always been around me in my family. It was easy for me to pick up a guitar or a piano for that matter and play along. Not just it kills the monotony of my life, but has always been an add-on advantage in terms of developing me as a person altogether. So if you are a sports person or a musician, it helps you in several ways, develops you from the team player's perspective, or perhaps even if you're an individual, it somehow adds a lot of value to your own self that lets you think from a different dimension, I would say. So yeah, if you are falling into that rat race, I would say you would still be a rat. So come out of it and pick something up, and yeah, that's about it, I think, for now.
Great, great. By the way, nowadays most of the children are not able to spend time with their parents, because of which they hardly know anything about spirituality or our evolution in spiritual terms. Would you like to share something with our audience today on this?
Well, Sanya, I would say let's not hold the parents responsible, for they too are busy trying their best for their kids to facilitate them in order to fight the real world. And as far as spirituality is concerned, it's a way larger topic for even kids to absorb, or for that matter the parents to share across. I as an individual, even I perhaps might not have enough knowledge around it, but yeah, I would definitely share as much as I can. I am, although now, a believer, but I have been an atheist for a long time, until someone helped me realize the egoistic life we are caged in. So you can definitely see this atheist tattoo on my hand. Back then I was in my early 20s, trying to look cool, a huge Richard Dawkins fan, God delusion, etc, always running in the back of my mind. So one fine day I was sharing this cab with my colleague, and he did observe me a number of times debating the existence of God. And he once asked me, why are you a non-believer? And I replied that, I can't see him, I can't feel him. He's as good as air, so I don't know. Does he really exist? Because I know my existence. We all came from the Big Bang, and so on. So he said, alright, let's question your science together, and let's see where you stand. I said, yeah, bring it on. I was always ready for that debate. So he said, alright, so how did we all come into the picture? And like anyone else, I said, Big Bang. He said, alright, how did the Big Bang take place? I said, the black hole. He said, alright, how did the black hole take place? And probably my lack of knowledge, or that was the last thing I knew about. Rather, I would say I did not expect anyone asking me this question. I had to stop there, and that's where he got started and got me startled. He said, well, where you're stopping, let me take it from there. He said, the black hole came from Tandav. Your science does not have the definition of Tandav yet, or for that matter, the terminology does not exist in your dictionary, but I can say it on behalf of the Vedas and Upanishads that my culture teaches me. And I said, all right, so what's before the Tandav? He said, Shiva. Everything rolls up to Shiva. Since I'm a computer science student, so he used computers as an example and said, okay, he said, do you know about virtual machines? I said, yes. So he said, does that mean the machine really exists? I said, no. So he said, exactly. Now, with the same theory, he asked me to design a house right in front of him. I said, all right, give me something to design it with. He said, you have nothing, like literally nothing, okay? And you have to design a house. And I was like, well, in that case, I can only imagine. Bang on. That's what he said. The world we are in is nothing but someone's imagination. It's a virtual world we are living in. And the moment that person stops imagining, this whole egoistic lifestyle that we are at, they will all break down into pieces. After that, I sort of started self-realizing myself, and I asked him, how do you know so much? Is it just Upanishad? He said, no. You have to understand the spirits, the spirituality, and it's not just a book or a bunch of papers. It's a journey you have to go through step by step. And then, yeah, like I said, it's not an easy topic to cover within one podcast. There are chakras that you have to understand. There are certain methods that you have to follow.
Well, Mr. Sudipt, it would be great if you could kindly narrate us how did you start practicing it in the first place, and what will you suggest to the young minds?
I'd say I got started first with the meditation piece, and meditation doesn't mean just close your eyes, sit over and use the mantra Om. To start with, the way I started was, basic breathing, focus on your breath. I do understand that you young minds are totally occupied with a lot of thoughts as well as a lot of studies as well. But giving yourself half an hour or 15 minutes a day is not a bad idea. This is for your own benefit, for your peace of mind, and for your own growth itself. So just sit down, relax yourself, breathe in, breathe out, and concentrate on your breath. And eventually you will reach that zero state, something that will be pretty conspicuous to you. Besides, if you have any further queries, feel free to reach me on my LinkedIn. That's again Sudipt Ghatak, and I would be more than happy to help you with the answers. Once again, thank you, Sania, for having me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sudipt. It was such an enriching session. I am sure everyone must have enjoyed today's session and will surely imbibe something from this today. Thank you once again. That's it for today. Meet you guys in the next episode of Learnings of Life of an 18-year-old interview series. Goodbye for today.